Job hunting in the 21st century, using technology for career search advantages. An applicant's ultimate tool to getting behind the recruiter's wall for the career seeker's advantage in job searches. Before you spend thousands of dollars, this video presentation is going to give you an alternative to spending gobs and gobs of money that you don't have to spend by learning all you really need to do to create a rich, powerful resume so that you can get the skills and knowledge you already have put to use to help you get a great new job. This is going to be much cheaper if you watch these videos. If you don't want to do it by the time it's all said and done, I can help you get there. A little bit of a warning, this presentation and the other videos that I have out on the internet are not going to be packed with a lot of graphics, but you're going to get the most amount of data possible in the shortest time period for impactful, valuable, educational, and useful information. Because there's not a lot of little pretty pictures or exciting graphics, it might be boring to your eyes. It is ear candy for the amount of incredible, valuable information that you can use. Sit back in a comfy chair, get your pen ready for notes. Let's get started. Let's develop a plan. Every trip worth making begins with a goal, and every trip worth taking has a map to follow. Successful businesses have a strategic short and a long-term plan, so treat your job search as if it were a strategic business goal. Job searches and career planning should be no different than business planning. We're going to go after some resources that are going to help you build the best resume you possibly can build. In this presentation, you will learn where to go to research job titles and their descriptions, as well as find out salary-related information matched to those job titles and experience levels in your geographic area of the country. And I'm assuming you're living in the United States, but it could be for international also. You notice Google, Yahoo, Bing. You will use major job boards and salary websites to find, compare, contrast, and collect the data that you need to determine what should be covered in your resume. Monster.com and CareerBuilder.com are two of the biggest job boards out there. Why do you need to do this research? You want to know what your compensation is worth in the job market because you want to be competitive. If you ask too much for a salary, they're going to go to the next guy down who's asking for $2,000 or $3,000 annually less than you ask for. You want to ensure your resume covers all the job requirements, generic and specific, and then highlight what you can do by demonstrating your past achievements and supporting those with metrics. You also need to know what and who you'll be competing against for that perfect job. You'll compare different resources and their job descriptions. You'll go into the job descriptions and be able to highlight the main bullets. You'll be able to look at broad as well as unique specifications, and then you'll be digging for those gold nuggets that make a job description stand out from others, and you can use that knowledge to make your resume stand out from others. Determine how your accomplishments can be written to fit into these job descriptions without making it sound like a job description. Recruiters just don't want to keep rereading the same job description that they've posted themselves to find the applicants. Here's 10 awesome sources for you to go that are websites that are commercial as well as government based that you can go to find salary compensation, job descriptions, information about education minimum requirements. Everything you need is in at least 2 to 3 of these 10 resources on the screen. So let's look at a sample to illustrate the point. We're going to visit 2 websites. One of them is salary.com and the other one is monster.com. And we're going to grab a job title, something simple like architect. We're going to look for the job descriptions, mostly generic, not necessarily precisely unique. Then we're going to look for salary ranges, and then we're going to use this information as a guideline to write the perfect resume that is full of job accomplishments. So here on this screen, what you're going to see are descriptions of architect levels 1, 2, and 3. There's an architect job captain. There's a commercial architect with 5 years of experience, an in-house architect, and an architectural drafter, designer, estimator, CAD drafter. What you'll see is some of these have hourly, some have annual salaries, others may have not much at all. But what you're going to do is look at just enough so that you could start seeing repetitive themes and find out what is it that is just the minimum standards for this type of job. We're going to use these sources to compile a very rich job description so that you can look at it and find what pieces and parts of that are missing or need to be added to your resume if you have that experience. The sample slide is an architect as the job title from Career One Stop. So first you need to determine what are the KSAs. That stands for knowledge, skills, and abilities that are required for the general job. Now, you're not going to be writing this text into your resume, but you're going to write your resume to show you have these capabilities based on your achievements, the goals you have met, and accomplishments for the employers you have worked for in the past or may currently be working for. The knowledge demonstrated in this job title is design, building and construction, good grasp of the English language, engineering and technology, and mathematics. So you see the key words that come after those listed knowledge required. Tools, materials, buildings, structures, English language, application, engineering science, principles, techniques, geometry, calculus, statistics. Those are all very, very important keywords that you may want to consider seriously adding into your resume so that you show and demonstrate and document that you have the knowledge. Skills that you should be able to demonstrate as an employee of any company: active listening, critical thinking, judgment and decision making, reading comprehension, speaking. All this is relating to communications. Are you a team player where you pass back and forth ideas? Do you have a conversation where you not only listen to the other person, do you make good judgments? Can you analyze problems and come up with solutions? Do you understand what you're reading when it comes to planning and or ideas that are on paper? Can you convey those same ideas to other people quickly, concisely, and effectively? The abilities for which you're hired are mostly to provide solutions to the employer. Can you visualize in your mind how something will look after it's put together or before it's put together? Can you tell when something is off or just not quite right? And are you able to provide a solution to the problem as well as recognize that there is a problem in the beginning? Are you able to perform deductive reasoning? Are you able to perform deductive reasoning? Can you figure out answers to specific problems and relay the solutions that make sense? Oral comprehension. Are you able to listen and understand ideas and information that is coming towards you? You'll also want to demonstrate that you have not only the education, but the experience that is necessary to fulfill the minimum qualifications and capabilities. Now, a lot of job descriptions will ask for a minimum number of years of experience. If you don't have the experience or you don't have the education, you might be able to parlay more experience in lieu of less education, or more education in lieu of less experience. Even volunteer experience might suffice in lieu of on-the-job, practical, paid experience. So don't let those years hold you back from applying for a job because your resume doesn't quite make it all the way to what is written in the job description. So the next few slides are going to show what was culled from those job descriptions of architect to show experience in the resume for the job applications. You want to demonstrate you have all the education experience necessary to fulfill the minimum qualifications. A lot of job descriptions will say required, and then they may also add in a would like to have or a wish list. So They may ask for a bachelor's degree, but they would really like to have a master's degree. So in this particular case, 1 to 2 years of experience in a field or related area, entry level. 2 to 5 years of experience may be a mid-level experience. 5+ years of experience may have a lot more experience related to the architectural field, and they've listed the opportunities that they were looking for that you have had some experience in. So here's the list of all the job descriptions that we've found. This bulleted list pretty much is in all of them or most of them and describes a baseline architect that should have these skills: reading plans, standard concepts and practices, and able to inspect structures, perform design computations, maintain a high level of organization, prepares project estimates and plans, writes specifications, can read instructions and guidelines, strong conceptual design and graphic representation, knowledge of practices and codes, zoning on potential business sites, and hands-on with sustainable design. So these are pretty much very generic. It would be most of the information and background experience that an architect should have. Other important job skills or communication or business skills and experience could be team playing, technical skills, or formal education, licensure, and training. So being a good team player and having people like you because you get along well with them on the job site is important. Having the technical skills, specifically CAD or AutoCAD, 3D modeling, Photoshop, and Acrobat, those are going to be important to have as an architect. They are primarily looking for bachelor's in architecture, but master's may be preferred. They may want you to have professional license or an advanced education. We've got the rich job description as a baseline, and now we're going to look at competencies and skills so that you can show how to provide the metrics for your capabilities and KSAs as a well-rounded candidate. Incorporate the descriptions of the 5 competencies. The first one is resources. Are you able to allocate time, money, materials, space, and people? So that means time management is very important, and the capability to schedule events or people. Interpersonal skills is another competency. Do you work well in a team? Are you able to train others? Do you have customer service experience? Can you negotiate contracts? Can you work with other diverse ethnic minorities and cultures? Information. Are you good at getting data, acquiring information, organizing files, interpreting, communicating, and especially using computers to process data? Systems. Are you able to work in and work on technological systems and software? Are you able to go back and make repairs and corrections within the software? Are you able to design or improve processes and or systems? Technology. It is so important in today's technology-based age to be able to have access and knowledge and use of and experience with the software, the equipment, and the tools that are trademarked for the type of industry you're working in. So employers do want to hire computer-savvy employees, not only who can do the work themselves, but that can teach other people the same way. So how about skills and personal qualities? You need to be able to read, write, do math, listen, and speak. Those are basic skills. You need to demonstrate your capability of thinking. So are you creative? Can you make decisions? Can you solve problems? Can you see things in your mind? And are you an adult learner that is consistently looking for new knowledge? And your personal qualities are self-management, sociability, integrity, honesty, ethics. These are other personal qualities that all businesses would like to see in their employees. So the research in salary.com and glassdoor.com has looked up 4 junior architect jobs in 3 specific locations as well as a national average. You'll note that Norfolk, Virginia and Atlanta, Georgia have a little bit difference in salary compensation for junior architects. And then you'll also notice that in Washington, D.C., where the cost of living is about 25% more, the salary range is about 25% more than Norfolk and Atlanta. The U.S. national average, according to the salary comps, are between $32,000 and $51,000. The average salary range between all of these salary ranges noted are going to be between $39,000 and $55,000. So a junior architect could request between $40,000 to $56,000 and probably get the job or fall within a reasonable range for the salary expectations. So now you know what to do to start the research to ensure that when you write your resume, you have all your facts, all the job qualifications, all the minimum experience and qualities and KSAs that are required for this job. You are now able to incorporate that into your resume for a higher return on investment for your resume and job search. Now, if you can't do it yourself or believe it's just too much for you to do, hire an expert. Visit my website at dboyerconsulting.com or contact me at dawn.boyer@dboyerconsulting.com. You do want an expert to rewrite your resume so you can obtain the results you are seeking to advance your career. Good luck in your job search. Happy hunting!